You want to manifest your life partner. You want to be in an ideal, loving, romantic partnership where you're sharing your life with someone who loves you for all of who you are, shadows and all. You want to be able to be your full, authentic self, sharing anything that's on your mind and heart, being completely transparent and feeling safe doing so, knowing that you'll be heard, that you'll be seen, that you'll be cherished just for who you truly are. You want to be in that loving relationship with yourself as well. And you want to feel like romantic relationships are easy, right? The problem here is that you keep attracting emotionally unavailable partners who don't want to be in a relationship. You feel like you're hiding parts of yourself when you're dating certain people. You're having that fear of rejection and abandonment pop up. So you mold yourself into what you think the person in front of you wants. Does that sound familiar? And you've probably tried energy healing, self-help books. You've probably looked up some advice on conscious relationships, listened to meditations on manifesting your soulmate, probably done a love letter exercise by, who's it, Dr. John Gray, if you've read the five love languages to finally get closure from your past relationships. However, the real problem is that you're not being your full authentic self because you don't know who you are. You haven't remembered the divinity of who you are and gained that unshakable confidence and sense of self-worth that is independent from anything outside of you. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what this person likes that you're dating because you are an empowered soul. You know who you are. And so yeah, the problem is you're not being your soul self and you haven't cleared those limiting karmic patterns that are still preventing you from manifesting your life partner and being in a conscious, loving partnership with your beloved. Those things are still present in your Akashic record. There's a series of blocks and restrictions that are keeping you from knowing who you are and also from attracting your soulmate. Could be a series of things. You could have a vow, you could have a bargain, you could have a contract, you could have, gosh, so many different things, negative spirit guides, soul running programs, like ancient coping mechanisms that helped you in a past life to deal with traumatic situations, and they're still affecting you today in some way, shape, or form. And of course, we go into all of that in a reading. Like, I can't just tell you here, oh, by the way, this is what you've got in your Akashic record. I need your permission. It needs to be in a container. So, in order to resolve this issue, in order to release the blocks that are keeping you from manifesting your soulmate, you need to be willing to take 100% personal responsibility for your life and results. No more victim mentality. Life does not happen to you. You are the creator, the conscious creator of your reality. Even for the things that are not so awesome, you have somehow created them. It's all a reflection. This is a holographic universe that we live in. Yeah. You also have to be willing to look deeply into your shadow. In order to really embody your highest self, you also need to get to know your shadow persona, your shadow self, all the things that you've rejected and hid and suppressed about yourself. And they're usually the things that trigger you and other people as well. When the more we integrate our shadow, which is learn to love our shadow, work with it, get to know it, right? As if it was a friend. The more we use our shadow in our life, in our manifestation process, the more wholesome our results, the more holistic our lifestyle, the more peace, clarity, confidence we feel because there's nothing that we're trying to hide because we're aware. That's the beautiful light, the light of awareness really can shine a light on our shadow and help us to come into wholeness and into soul alignment. And then the third thing that you must be willing to do in order to release the blocks that are keeping you from finding your soulmate and being in a conscious partnership is to take new action steps that are aligned to your divine self-expression. And that does require getting outside of your comfort zone. It's not for everyone. Transformation is not for everyone. Information is very different to transformation. So we all love as spiritual seekers, conscious people to learn all about ourselves, right? We learn things like astrology and human design and the Enneagram and all these different systems. And it's great. Gosh, I'm one of those people too. I'm not hating on that. I absolutely love all of that too. But there's a difference between information seekers and transformation because those who really go into transformation are ready to put that information into action, into an implementation stage. So that's what you need to be willing to bring to the table is to not only take that awareness of who you are, of the patterns, but also take those action steps that clear the blocks. Because what clears blocks is not energy healing, it's action, it's new action, because that's karma is. It's just choice and consequence. And if we don't like the consequences of our choices, so our current circumstances, we need to be willing to make new choices. And usually those are outside of our comfort zone. And it's uncomfortable, right? There is going to be some discomfort. So that's one thing is this willingness to go, okay, I'm aware and I'm ready for what I want and to take new action. All right. So because you have to know, in order to release the blocks, you first have to know what they are, right? You need to know what are the limiting karmic patterns that are still affecting me today from this life, from past lives. We need to know that. Who am I at soul level? We need to discover who we truly are at soul level. And we need so that we can understand which action steps are aligned for me. Because what may be aligned for you may be misaligned for me and vice versa. What's aligned for me as someone whose primary gifts are divine truth and divine power, like this is the most practical path to abundance on all levels for me is expressing these two gifts. For you, it might be divine love and divine communication, or just simply one of them. It's not better or worse if you've got two. I have two, but most people have one. And it gets expressed in a multitude of ways. We are multidimensional beings. It's not just one way that we express. I hope that makes sense. So let me know if you found this video helpful. If any of this resonated with you, I'd love to connect in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.